There we go. Hey, we're picking back up again today. One thing that I found in looking at the causative tense of the verb, and of course this is Hebrew. The Old Testament was written originally in Hebrew and the New Testament was originally written in Greek. And that is why there's so many translations of the Bible. The Hebrew words, the language is so much more involved than the English language. There are not words really in English to express some things that are written in Hebrew, truly, but that's with any language. I mean, Spanish can be the same way, but it's very important that we understand the verbs and words used, and that's one thing that I love about this is that it says he makes me to lie down. The other translation says he lets me rest, and so that is the causative tense of the verb that's used there, and it's RAVATS. And so that's one thing that in Hebrew, that's what that phrase is. RABATS. And let's see if it'll let you hear it. That's it. That's the actual word. I'll do it again.
Strong's H 7257. Ravats.
And so that's the word there, that he makes me to lie down. It's permissive, it's causative. He lets me lay down. He allows me to lay down, which even more so goes to the concept of a good shepherd. The good shepherd leads me into these green pastures where I can lay down, and rest. That he allows that for me. So many things about the green pastures. In the Amplified, of course, we read that it's fresh, tender pastures. Why would it be important to know that those pastures that our good shepherd leads us in are fresh and green? Well, first of all, how many of you would like to go lay down in that brown grass that we've had for the past few months? It's just not comfortable. Scratchy, itchy, and of course all of that to us, but it's even more so intricate than that. This fresh, tender green grass is what is best for the sheep to eat. So picture this. Your good shepherd has just taken you into a pasture that is filled with provision. Not just any provision, not just enough to get you by with, not just second-class provision, but the best provision, the best food for you, that your digestive system handles the best. It's fine grass. And I know that sounds silly, but equate it with us and what we need. He sends us in fresh, tender, green pastures. Lush, easy to digest, best for our systems, not second rate, but first class. This is our good shepherd. He takes us in to this pasture and allows us to go in and take rest. Oh, that just Selah for a minute. That this is who our good shepherd is. Takes us into these green pastures. Fresh, tender, provision where we can rest. That is just so very good. And that's my Jesus. That's my Jesus, my good shepherd. That's what he does for me. So this grass, let me make sure I get all my notes here, because I have somewhere else. I have one more thing I want to tell about that pasture. It says this green pastures. Okay, we said fresh and tender. And that is very important because that is what is best for the sheep to eat. To lie down, to rest and recline. He lays me down, causes me to lie down. Okay, into a state of rest and tranquility. Rest and tranquility. And so think about that. We've got 30 seconds. I've got my next piece is pretty long, so we'll end a little bit short today so that I don't remember too much. But, that our shepherd takes us into provision. He takes us into peace. He takes us in what is best for you. And even if you want to say fresh, tender, and green. We're looking at provision, a place to rest, but also the nourishment needed, like what is best for your nourishment, what is best for your system. Then that's also what the Good Shepherd, Jesus, our Father, Holy Spirit, brings to you and I as we come into his presence. That when we stop and we come in, when he takes us into pasture, that he reveals fresh, tender, lush, green, good, meat of the word, but it's not really meat, it's grass. But provision, fresh provision, nourishing provision for us spiritually. So both spiritual needs, and you're looking at spiritual nourishment, but also our physical needs, because you know that a sheep's the pasture that they come into, where they pasture, where they eat, where they lie down, those are physical needs. Those are needs that are met in the right here and right now. And God cares about your physical needs. He absolutely does. We'll pick up here again tomorrow. I will see you then. Bye, y'all.